And just give me a quick moment, guys. I'll be right back. All right. So we got the airbrush pretty much cleaned out. It's a good way to start. Didn't take a million years to finish today. I think the audio might be off. Guys, give me a quick sec. Let me know if you guys can hear me. Looks like we're having a little bit of audio issues. I've been sitting here talking to myself the whole time. Nothing's changed. Can you guys hear me okay now? Rix86, what's good, homie? Oscar Bonilla in the building. Lalo, as usual. Lalo, what's good, homie? Lalo VTech in the building. The homie Jonathan Curry, one of the best. Oh, man, I appreciate that, homie. Nice way to start off my Thursday, homie. Well, actually, end my Thursday at this point. Who else we got? The Dye Lab Pizza Life in the building. What's good? Cool. I think you guys can hear me now. Can hear you. Can't see anything. Okay. We hear you. I can see, not hear. Yo, what's good? Michael Adams, what's good, homie? Okay, so I see that we might be... Are we having visual issues now? Can you guys see the hands? Can you guys see things going on here? I hope you guys can. Let's see. Speed Infusion just said, oh, okay, going to reboot VRB. Okay, now I can see and hear. Okay, dope. We can hear. Sweet. Thank you, Michael Adams. Appreciate that. Big ups, Rix. How's life, Rix? You doing okay out there? Lalo VTech. Nah, it was just me. All good. Okay, cool. I'm glad to hear that. Dye Lab, how you living, dog? Cool. I see that you're good on your end, and we see you. Awesome, guys. I'm so happy to hear that. Hopefully everybody's doing well, man. Today's a special day. We've got some stuff that I want to give away. Just a nice way of saying thank you, just for supporting and being here and hanging out and chilling with me. You know, as usual, guys, we're going to be learning something today as well. So today, what I'm going to do is we've got a pair of these Fire Red 4s. Let me bring them up real quick. Actually, we got two pairs. So I've got, look at these big old boats, size 15. These are some size 15 Fire Red Mars Blackmans. Is that how you say it? Blackman? Mars Blackman? I think they're from like 2006, I believe, yo. But the you can feel it. The logo here is actually embossed into the leather. So I mean, I'm not going to get that detailed into it. My homie Fred just got a pair of these Fire Red 4s and said, hey man, I would like to have the same kind of a look. So I'm going to show you guys start to finish. I haven't really done anything except for taking a picture of this guy here, and I've just emailed it to myself so then I can show you guys how we're going to go from pretty much just this picture to getting this on a pair of Fire Red 4s. So that's the tutorial for today. Hopefully I can get through the whole thing, both pairs. I got my little troublemaker 3-year-old son with me here too, so you know, that dude, he loves jumping in the conversation, and if you guys have been following me recently, he's actually jumped into the actual camera right here head first to say what's up to you guys. So yeah, that's hopefully you guys will learn from me today something new. If you guys are interested in learning how to make stencils, this will be a great tutorial for you guys. If you guys are experts at making stencils, maybe you'll still learn something new. But today, when we get these done, hopefully they'll look very close to the originals right here. All right. So with that said, let me just jump into cleaning up this little airbrush tip. This is the nozzle piece of my airbrush, and I know y'all seen me how lazy I am with my dang airbrush, man. I wish I had cleaned this out, but sometimes I'm just like working super late at night and I miss an airbrush and I've just got paint sitting in it. So I'm just dipping this in a little bit of acetone to kind of break that whole thing apart right now on the inside. So that's why you guys could see a bunch of paint here just coming out. All right. So anyways, as I'm doing that, just want to say what's up to everybody. Again, today we're going to be doing a couple of giveaways, so it's not just going to be one. As you guys, stick with me, we'll have multiple giveaways. They'll be sporadic. They're going to be for some shoelaces, and we might even throw some extra stuff in there at the same time. All right. Let me check the chat before I start to jump in the tutorial. What I do know is I'm hoping that this all works out okay, because when you're live, all kinds of stuff can happen, you know what I mean? So let's get the fire red 4s here. Let's jump into the actual tutorial. I feel like this guy is pretty much cleaned out here, and let's learn how to make some stencils, man. Carl's Customs, what's good, homie? How you living? Thank you for that shout out, man. I really appreciate the shout out the other day for the Spider-Man Air Force Ones that you had thrown on your story, homie. I see you. Alright, so before I lose this guy, which is super easy to lose, especially when you got a mat that looks just like all of these needles, let's just put it up. So what I'll do is I'll go ahead and let's get the nozzle in there first. Before I put the nozzle in though, let me just check it. A lot of the times I forget. So all I do is I'll put it against something that's white, for example like this, and you should be able to see that little hole? That means you could shoot paint through that and it's good to go. If you guys don't see a hole like that, you need to further clean that airbrush out. So just a beginner's tip for people who have an airbrush. A lot of the times I'll also poke the needle through a little bit just to make sure I don't see any extra dried paint or anything. And now we're good to go. So let's drop this on. I will get back to the chat real quick, guys. So I know I told you guys we're having some giveaways. Again, this is only on Twitch, so if you guys are listening right now on YouTube, if you're on Facebook, we got several different channels we're working with right now. Jump on to twitch.tv/feelgoodthreads, or you can just go to twitch.tv and then search feelgoodthreads. And what I'd like for you guys to do is just join us on that stream. You got to be, from what I understand, to qualify, all you have to do is just subscribe to the Twitch channel and be watching this stream. As soon as you guys see us putting up a giveaway, just enter the giveaway. You just got to read the instructions. It won't be hard. It's our first giveaway, so hopefully it goes through okay and we don't have any issues. But I think we got this airbrush all cleaned up, nice, and even on this airbrush you guys could see I had something on here even after cleaning it quite nicely. Airbrush needle looks straight, so you always want to check that. Otherwise you're going to have paint going the wrong way or spurting and all kinds of crazy mayhem. Just go ahead and drop that on all the way in. I'm not going to push it too hard because you'll break that nozzle in the front, and then we just tighten it up. Let's check this out real quick. I could feel air. That feels great. Cool. I just heard a little ring. Let me see what happened. Oh, I got somebody who liked the stream, man. Thank you for liking the stream there. I just missed your name though, but I do appreciate you liking it. Air feels good. Feels strong. Like that. Gucci, yes. Appreciate you for following, homie. Alright, now what I'm going to do is just drop a little bit of airbrush cleaner in there and just see if it flows out. Oh yeah. Can you guys see that getting wet? And I always just put a little bit of cleaner in before I start painting anything. Alright, so let's go ahead and put that to the side. Let me get our actual pair that we're going to work on. These big old boats, if you guys watch American Ninja Warrior, these are Akbar's shoes. These are size 15. Look at how big these are, dude. And he gave them to me. He just said, yo, if you want to use them for donors or figure something out, you know, they're yours. And he dropped off a whole boatload of size 15 shoes. So shout out to my homie Akbar, man. Thank you for rolling through and dropping these off for me, man. These are definitely grails for some people, you know. So let me get the other pair. Where are you guys at? Where are you guys at? Alright, so here's one. Now this is size 15 and this is a size 10 and a half. Y'all can see how much bigger that foot is. And now where's the other 584, I think? Maybe in the box? Maybe in the box. No, you're not in the box. Okay, so you gotta be around here somewhere. Bear with me, guys, I gotta find our victims today. Oh, here he is. That's how you know I got a lot of shoes around the area, when I got 1,000,001 pairs and I can't even find the other one. So let's move these guys out. There we go. That's a lot more fitting. Alright. Still going to keep the donor pair here just to use for reference, obviously. But before we get into that, I think we should start prepping this little shoe up. It's a really, really small little section we're going to be working on today. It's real tight. And so let's go ahead and just get some deglazer right now, and let's just get them prepped. Barely got any left in here, but it'll be good enough for today. So let's just gonna dip a Q-tip in there. Don't need a whole cotton ball. What I usually do is just take any excess off there. Now I'm not just gonna jump into putting it anywhere. I'm gonna look at where the actual black one should go there. Mars is about right there. Just get the area cleaned up. That should be good. Same thing with the other one. If you want to use the other shoe as a reference, great. You know, sometimes you don't have the actual shoe. You can just go to Google and look up the image too. Right? So, there we go. Got that taken care of. And let me just see. I think first giveaway item. Alright, let's talk about the first giveaway item. Sorry, I just got a text from Speed Infusion, who's helping admin here. So let's talk about it. Hey, you know what, Speed Infusion, I'm gonna pull out 4 sets of laces, and why don't you let the guys decide what the first one will be. That'll be a nice, easy way to start it, and that way I can keep going with the tutorial as well. Okay? So you guys could see I don't do it excess. Just do enough to make sure it's clean there. Alright, let me put this to the side, these joints to the side, and let's talk about laces. Alright, y'all, so last time we were streaming I showed you guys a couple of sets. So let's start off with what you guys want. I've got a pair of off-white, and these are aqua colored shoelaces. Either size 54, 63, whatever you guys want. The next set is a pair of cause laces. So y'all could see that cause. Let me pull them out. Maybe it's a better idea for y'all to see what they look like instead of all up in the plastic. There you go. So those are pretty dope, and I like them because they're pretty universal, right? You can drop these in a lot of pair of shoes. So I'll put that bad boy back in. What else we got? Then we've got some Cactus Jack laces here as well. Let's see. If you guys just joined us, these are what we're looking to give away. So let's get your guys' opinions on what you like for the first giveaway. It's going to be a pair of laces. This is in like almost like a soft pink, kind of like the same color as a Jordan 1 Travis Scott's. So that's another pair there. And then I think the last one is a pair like a Union Gold pair, which again I love the Union Gold color. It's just got this really nice, you know, almost like a mustard color to them. Alright, So let me know what you guys want to do first. We've got, again, off-white aqua laces. We've got some cause laces to give away. I've got some Cactus Jack pink laces to give away. And we've got some Union Gold. All right. So as I continue through, why don't you guys give us some feedback? Throw up what you guys want to see first on the giveaway, and we'll keep going. Again, Speed Infusion is the admin, so he's going to help us just to give those laces out for free. Again, to say thank you guys so much. Appreciate you guys. So let me jump into the chat real quick before I start. I saw a lot of activity going on, guys, so I'm going to try my best to run through and see what you guys are talking about before I jump in, okay? All right, so let's see. Blue Ridge Kicks, what's good? Ricks86 said, we see you. I see you too, homie. That life is good. I like that, man. I'm glad to hear that. Let's see who else we got in the building. Joel Murphy. Ricks86 said, nice, cool. Never mind, the app on my phone is... Okay, well, that's on you, Speed Infusion. I'm not going to read through all that. Again, guys, if you like what we're doing, we do have a fund. It's up here. I haven't bought the mic yet, but we're at $115.99. So we got the money. I'm just shopping for different mics. If you guys would like to, contribute, the next thing we're going to try to get is another webcam. So we'll have 2 different angles for you guys. And so you guys can learn a little bit better. The experience will be better for you guys as well. All right. So as Speed Infusion is jumping in real quick to do some admin work, I'm going to just show you guys how I'm going to start off with this whole stencil making process. Now, you guys already saw I just cleaned off the 2 little sections here. Some people, what they like to do is take off the shoelaces. The reason why is because when you got white shoelaces and you're dealing with, all kinds of customizing and stuff, you can get them dirty real simple. So you could do either way. Sometimes I'll just tuck them in. Today's tutorial is a little bit more basic for me, so I'll just tuck them in and pray that they don't get messed up, right? Next thing you'll need, well, for me, I usually get what's called a silhouette or a cameo. Some people have the Cricut. There's different kinds of stencil machines. If you're good, you don't even need to use a stencil machine. You could, kind of draw out the stencil, or you could even freehand it. It's really up to you. The reason I like to use the stencil cutter is because you get exact measurements and you don't have to go back and forth trying to figure out where is the exact place where Spike's eye is or his face. Everything's already kind of drawn out for you. All right. So first, looks like Aqua Laces is going to be coming up first. Speed Infusion said. So he's setting that up right now. Let him set that up, and as he sets that up, let me show you guys what I've got here. This is just called a cut mat. My cut mat is almost RIP. You can see it's not, it should be sticky. Like when I pull this thing off, it should be sticky. It's not. That means it's about that time to get a new cut mat. Stop being cheap. Get a new cut mat when it's not sticky. So let me put these guys to the side real quick and show you guys if you are new to making stencils, what you can do to kind of recover your cut mat. So a lot of the times I'll feel it and see is it sticky enough to hold. If it's not sticky enough to hold, what's going to end up happening is your machine's going to be cutting it left and right, and then it's going to be the vinyl that it's cutting is going to be shifting, and then you're not going to get a right stencil. So what sometimes I'll do is I'll take a 3M tape here, the blue one, and I'll put it down like this. Usually I'll do it the whole way through, so I'll do like a longer piece, and I'll just press it down like this. And just like when people wax hair, I just rip it off like that. And what it usually will do is it'll give you at least a good 2-3 more tries on the mat before you got to call it quits. So I've got a little piece of vinyl here. This is Oracle vinyl. I like to use Oracle because it's nice when it comes to cutting on these silhouettes and Cricuts. I think that they work hand in hand because they understand how thick of a blade you need and all the specifics are there. So if you get either a silhouette, cameo, or if you get a Cricut, either one of these guys will have settings for your vinyl. All right. So I think that's good enough. I'm going to just toss this. I don't need that anymore really. And what we'll do next is we'll go ahead and put down that little vinyl piece. So I'm putting the vinyl piece down on the cutting mat. As I do that, there's a square on the inside of there. This is exactly where your cutting mat is actually going to cut. So y'all can see that I'm putting down that little vinyl square there. And so I'm going to be only cutting in this little section. All right. If you look here, it says 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's exactly what they are in inches here. 1, 2 inches, 3 inches, goes all the way to 12 inches. All right. Now, some of you guys might be looking at my cut mat and saying, yo, why is it backwards? Because it should be like this way, where the arrow shows going up straight. This part of my cut mat's kind of had it. It's almost done. I've tried to do that unstick method, and it's not really working. So you can always flip your mat if you have like smaller little objects that you got to work on. So that's what I'm going to do today. I'm flipping it backwards because I know this spot and this spot are the exact same spots. All right, meaning that if they have this little give right here, that's also the same as that. Okay, so let me get out my laptop. I'm going to put this to the side real quick. I think we just kind of talked about the cutting mat and the vinyl and the materials, but now I got to show you a little bit about how the actual program works. So let me jump into the program. Again, today I'm working with Silhouette Studio. So you don't need to have like this, I think they have like a studio version or something like that. You don't necessarily need to have a studio version or professional or business version. You could just have the regular Silhouette Studio, and it'll work just fine as well. Let me just grab something to scrub this off with a little bit. It's dusty up in here. Alright, Speed Infusion, you almost done, dog? Because I gotta jump into the screen. I can't see it, so you gotta let me know when you're good to go. But I think if I do it, can you guys see it if I have it like this? By the way, guys, I can't see you guys right now streaming, so Speed Infusion is working on this first giveaway that we're working on. Okay, and so as soon as he gets a chance, then I'll be able to answer you guys' questions. Okay. Can you guys see that okay? You guys good? I think Rick's86 just said yes. What I'm going to do is, this is Silhouette Studio's actual program here. Alright. 20 minutes. Oh, okay. I'm just reading. Streamlabs said Aqua Laces winner in 20 minutes. Okay, dope. So looks like the first raffle's up and we're doing Aqua Laces. Alright. Anyways, all I did was hit File, Open. I took a picture of Akbar's shoe there. I got a good angle of that Spike Lee, and you guys could see it's really, really small. So let's zoom in on it real quick. See that guy right there? I think it's a pretty good shot, right? So what I'm going to do now is I'll position it somewhere where, if I go back a little bit so I can show you guys. See this right here? This is that same 12 by 12 that I just showed you guys. That is on this cutting mat here. This is the exact same 12 by 12 that we're seeing here. Alright, so you guys could see this picture here that when I hit File, Open, and it came out, it's about 12 by like 8. You know, it's already taken the height up, so we definitely need to make this thing smaller. Alright, let's make it slightly smaller so we can put it to scale on what it should look like on the shoes we're going to be working on today. That's a little bit better, right? How's that look? So now I can't see it because it's so small. Now I can zoom in, and now I could see it on the actual page. Sick. Now I can see it on the page. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to try to trace that little picture out. All right. I don't need the whole thing. I just need Spike. So what I'll do is I'll go over to this little section over here where they have all different kinds of options. I'll hit that Open Trace panel, and it'll open up a little panel here. Just give me a sec here. My laptop's super slow, and you can see it says Select Trace Area. So I'll go ahead and hit Select Trace Area. Dope. And I'll go over just to the little Spike, and I'm going to just try to at least get him inside of that bubble here that I get to choose. I'm going to let it go, and you guys could see what it picked up. So let's zoom into that a little bit. Let's see what it picked up. So we definitely got spike in there, and then we got little pieces of the fire red. So it's not a big deal. My most important thing here that I'm looking at is, did it get spike really clean? Does that look nice and clean to me? I mean, I could see the Brooklyn looks pretty clean. I could see his eyeballs. So like for me, I'm thinking that looks pretty good. But in case I still see like little yellow speckles in there, I can still try to eliminate them by going to threshold. And if I go to threshold and put the threshold up, so I'll just do it like a little at a time. It's at 45% by default. I'm going to just start to put it up. And as I look at it, I'm also looking at spike to see, does he change any? Sometimes I could see the smaller speckles start to disappear. All right. So now let me see. I'm at 54. I went from 45 to 54. Let's see how much of a difference that made. All right. Let's go back to 45 real quick, and I'll show you guys what the speckles are that I'm talking about. All right. So I'm at 43, 45. Dope. And now let's zoom in real quick in the spike. Spike's kind of bouncing over to the left, so we'll go back over. And let's get a good zoom in on spike. There we go. That looks pretty good, right? Like you guys can actually see a good solid version of what he looks like there. But if you look real close, there's a lot of little dots in there. And that is because this program found spike for the majority of the part, but it for some reason saw speckles here. And more than likely it's because spike on Akbar's shoes was pressed in. It wasn't like a clean black image. You see? For example, like even the top hat, it's kind of grayish here. I think maybe that was just paint chipping. I think it's supposed to be a nice arch. But when I look at it over here, I can see that that arch isn't completely there. See the arch right here? It got cut off because the program can only do so much. It can only read so much. So from here, I got to manually change the threshold up, which I'm going to go ahead and put it up now back to it was at 54, I believe. Let's check it out and see. So I'm at 46, and I can see the little dots disappearing as I go through, okay? 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, and the majority of the dots are kind of gone. Let me go up another couple of notches just to see. 55, 56, 57, 58, 59. Now I could even see his hats filling in. See that? 60. But then Brooklyn's starting to fade out. So just, you got to keep a little balance there. So I'm going to go back down to like 58. I think 58 looks pretty good. Finally, now I'm happy with like what that image looks like. Now I'm going to actually trace that image out. And how I do that is I just hit that little trace button here on the bottom. So let's go ahead and hit trace. What that's going to do is it's going to trace that yellow image, whatever we just kind of highlighted. Let's take a zoom back out so we can see what this looks like. I'm going to move now, double tap on the actual image, and let's move it out of the way. And look who we got. We got Spike. What's good, bro? See that? And it's pretty close. So now what we've got to do, we've got a bunch of junk around it. Y'all see the junk? So let's clean that junk up real quick. I'm going to just go ahead and click on the image. When I click on this image, it just looks at this little trace that I did as one whole image. It doesn't know that this is a piece of the Fire Red 4 and that this is Spike and this is another part where the tab connects. It just knows that's what I traced. Now let's separate the things that we don't even need. Alright? And that's real simple. What I'm going to do is just right click on the whole image. When I right click on it, there's an option here that says release compound path. Alright? So go ahead and hit release compound path. When you do that, what ends up happening is it takes every single piece that we had together and releases it and makes it all separate pieces. So now we went from having one whole big old thing, one whole chunk of stuff, to all small little separate pieces. Alright, so give me a quick sec, guys. I just got a text from Speed Infusion, so I gotta just see what he's saying. Oh, dope, cool. It looks like it works on YouTube as well, guys. So if you're on youtube.com, you can enter the giveaway as well. I believe the first set is for a pair of laces. Speed Infusion, let me know, man, when I can start taking a look, because I see you have this cloud bot up, so I don't know, can I move that out of the way and check the chat as well? Let me know, okay? Cool. Guys, it's 7 minutes and 30 seconds until this first giveaway ends. Just a heads up, if you haven't entered, scroll up so you guys can see how to enter the first raffle. It is for a pair of shoelaces. We're doing some off-white, aqua colored, teal colored shoelaces. Looks really dope, and some great 5s. Great universal pair, I think. So let me know if you guys are interested. We got about 7 minutes left. Let me get back into this real quick. Now let's take the things off of here that we don't even need. All right, and there's a lot of things here that I don't need. For example, like all these little dots here, I'm just going to go in and try to just highlight them and hit the delete button. Bye, Felicia. And next we got some over here. Y'all see all these? Let's get rid of all of these. I'm going to get as close as I can to Spike without getting the spike, and same thing, hit delete. Bam, gone. One little piece here, gone. And then we've got 2 little pieces here, the triangle and this little dot inside, gone. So now we got Spike pretty much there, but when I zoom in a Spike, I could still see there's, you know, little imperfections like this little dot here. I know that doesn't belong there. I got another little dot here, so I just clear things out that I don't need. And once I'm done looking at all of those little dots that we don't need, we can just group them together, delete them. Bam. So now let's see what else we got. Now I can do a comparison of what the actual shoe looks like to the actual image. Alright, so let's go ahead and minimize this a little bit, zoom out, and I'm going to try to get this image. Now I have everything together. Let's just see, is there anything on this image that I need to delete that's left? There might still be like little dots and stuff, you know, but before I do that, let's try to get the image to look exactly in the same like orientation as the spike here. Alright, so I think I'm good, and what I'll do now is just kind of take a quick look. I see, like, for example, there's a little dot here. Just get rid of it, and a little dot here, get rid of it. And I think we're good now. The Brooklyn, let's see how the Brooklyn looks. I think the Brooklyn looks pretty good, looks clean. I think I do need to fix this little part of the hat up, so let's jump into the hat, just clean it up real quick before we actually cut it out. So I'm zooming in here, and what I like to do when I get to this little section, I kind of manually work on it. It's not really like an easy way to do that. So I'll double click on the actual line. See, when I double click on the line, guys, what happens? It brings up a bunch of little square like dots, and what I can do is I can delete some of these dots and start to get like things like this right here, this curve or whatever. We can move that out of the way by just deleting them, or we can move them so then they're a little bit more in line with where the hat should be at. So let's try deleting one of them. I just right click on it, delete point, right click on this other one, delete point. Dope. Now we're getting there, and I see other points that, like, I could see that they're, for whatever reason, they don't look clean, so I could just delete them. And other ones that I see are kind of inline, I can choose them and then try to get them to fit more of our scheme that we're looking at, which is like a more of a rainbowish kind of a hat. When I mean rainbow, I mean like an arch, you know. See the two, once you click on a dot, the dot will also have two blue points around them, and if you adjust those back and forth, then you can kind of determine which shape they should be at. Alright, so I could see, like, for example here, let's click on that one, and then when I look at that one, oh, it kind of fell off, sorry. Where did you go? So see, when I look at this one here, when I clicked on that dot, I could see we got one blue point here, which is kind of in line with the hat, but this one's way off. So let's bring him back in, like closer to the dot, and then start to bring him kind of more like parallel with where the hat should be at. And that's how you kind of work with these little guys here. It won't be perfect, but it'll be pretty close. See, now look back and I'll check to see, okay, so we got his nostril. Nostril looks good. We've got this area here that's going to be white. We've got, yeah, I mean, I think from what I can see, it looks like a pretty clean image. So let me take a quick sec here and measure out Spike so we could figure out how big this guy needs to be. Alright, so with that said, I'm going to just put this guy down for a quick sec. Let's get a ruler. And as I use that ruler, this is important because I've got this size 15 foot, and then we've got a size 10.5 Fire Red 4. Is this going to be the same size for a size 15 as it is on a size 10.5? That's a good question, right? I mean, because if we make it too big, it might not fit in this small little pocket. So let's grab the exact same shoe and see. All right, so it's important to make sure you guys measure twice. I always measure and then I measure one more time just to make sure. If I'm looking at this like panel here, I could see it's about, I would say about 1.25 inches. All right, and so I'm gonna just kind of hold my finger there and see, are we about the same spot or not? So are we at 1.25 inches there? Let's see. Sorry guys, I'm tripping. Let me see here. Looks like almost at like 0.875. Crazy. It looks like this Fire Red 4 might even have a little bit more space. Like, because I'm looking at it here, the 1 inch mark is about right there. When I look at it here, the 1 inch mark is actually at the black midsole. So we actually have a higher little section here. You know what I mean? So let's check and see how big Spike is. That's another question, right? And so Spike, well, I got something that just happened. I heard something happen, guys. Sorry, I can't see what's happening on the stream, guys. My apologies. So if you donated right now, I appreciate it. If you guys are in the raffle, I appreciate it. But I will get back as soon as this first stream. Actually, the first stream's over. Let's see who won. You can no longer enter the raffle. Okay, Outcast just jumped in right at the end, man. Cool. So, Speeding Fusion, let me know if you can announce the winner. Let me know how that works, man. As we're announcing a winner, I'm just taking a look here. This looks like it's at 0.75 inches in height, right? Oh, we got a winner. We've got a winner. It's __ I got him _00. What's good, man? Congratulations. And it looks like you were following on Twitch, man. So that's awesome to hear. Let me know if you have an Instagram so we can get together so I could send you these pairs of laces. It's not the only giveaway that's happening, y'all. So as we continue to go through this stream today, we're going to be giving away more stuff, all right? So one pair of laces is gone. Let me just check what else we got left. Oh, no. I'm like messing the whole thing up here. Let me put this away, and I'll undo whatever I just did. Edit, undo, edit, undo. Oh, man, how many times did I do that? There. Cool. All right, so we got 3 more laces, guys. We've got Cause. We've got Cactus Jack, and we've got the Union Gold, Union. Undo it so I could show you what happens before. Undo move, undo make compound path. Before, you guys could see here, they were all in separate pieces, see? So for example, if I just clicked on one like the R, I could just move the R out. Right? So just giving you guys a heads up on how make compound path and release compound path work. They can either group everything together or they can separate them into different points. Alright? So now we know that we got the right spike here. I'm going to just put everything together now. Make compound path. Bam. You can always test it, make sure that everything's... If you miss one piece, like an eyeball or something, trust me, that eyeball is not coming with you. So you got to make sure everything's together, alright? So now that everything's together, I got to measure this guy out to be 0.75 inches. So how I'm going to do that is just... I usually do this. I don't know how people do this. This is my way of doing it, is I'll just take a line and I'll make it 0.75 inches. So I make it up and down straight. Should be perfect right there. I missed it. I missed it by a little bit. So let me try it again. Sometimes it takes me a couple tries. There we go. That looks pretty good. So now I know this is 0.75 inches. This line is. I'm going to just drag it to be 0.75 exact. Or close to it. That's pretty close. And I can see here that Spike, because he's in a different kind of like a dimension or horizon, they have his height going this way and his width going this way. It's not exact. So that's why I just take a little line like this and I'll just size Spike down to be about 0.75 like this. Alright, so if any of you guys are ever confused about that, I mean, I know it's not exactly probably the perfect way to do it, but I know it's pretty close, you know? So here I got a spike at about, that should be about 0.75 right there, guys. Alright? So let me take a quick look at my phone, because... Oh, okay. I mean, I know the chat's on the right, fool, but I can't go through the chat and see what's going on. That's why I'm asking. Alright? Sorry, guys. I'm just arguing with my admin, like we always do. Alright, guys. Now I'm going to just go ahead and delete the line. I know that 0.75 is good. Let's box Spike up. I always like to box people up with enough room where you can put tape around them too. So maybe just get it a little bit bigger than it should be. Something like that, okay? Just because it'll protect the rest of the shoe. I feel like that looks pretty good. And remember, we got to do 2 of them. So that means once I get the whole thing done, I'm going to now grab everything together. Now it's up to you if you want to hit make compound path and group the spike with the square. It's not a big deal. I usually just right click and copy and paste it. So copy and paste. Now we got 2 spikes. Okay, that's 1 for each shoe. There we go. So let's put these guys up. And when I say put them up, I mean let's put them up all the way to the corner. And I'll show you guys why in a sec. Remember my cutting mat, I've only got this much vinyl. Alright, so because I only have that much vinyl, I got to make sure my 2 spikes are in that same vicinity. Alright, otherwise it's going to be cutting spots where there's no vinyl and you're wasting a lot of time to be honest. Alright, so we got these guys kind of in that same area, and what I'll do now is I'm going to go ahead and put my cutting mat into the stencil cutting machine. Again, I've got a Silhouette Cameo, and unfortunately I can't move the camera. This is why we kind of need another angle, but you're going to have to trust me on this. I'm just in the power button, and as I hit the power button on the Cameo Silhouette, the first option that it has in there is to feed in your cutting mat, and it says load cut mat. Alright, so let let me go ahead and just hit load cut mat. I'm going to go ahead and put my cut mat in there. You guys could probably hear that feeding in, right? And I got to plug in the silhouette. So let me plug it in to the computer real quick. Should be good there. Cool. All right. And now I believe that it's connected. Should be connected. When I need to cut anything out, I need to go to this little button here that says send here on the top right. So I'll go ahead and hit send, and it'll usually take me to a very similar screen. Sometimes it takes a little bit to load. All right. When I load this guy in, I always want to check my options over here first before I jump into this. All right. So sometimes I've had an issue where I've got to select these guys and make sure I hit cut. I don't know why, but for some reason it won't cut the insides of the letters and stuff if I don't do that. So that's something that's just new. It used to not happen, but it's happened recently. All right. Now also here you want to check to see what kind of vinyl. I'm using glossy vinyl, so we're good. When I hit cut and ratchet blade, it automatically, when I put vinyl glossy, puts my force and speed into the machine for me with no problem. It does recommend to me like what I should also use. So let me just kind of click on vinyl glossy here so I can show you guys. It has a lot of different options, so it's important that you guys choose the right option, because for example, if you use leatherette, then it's going to change the force and the speed of this whole thing, and it might not cut out right. So I always just double check. I see it's vinyl glossies right here. Oh look, they even have this one here, vinyl silhouette Oracle 651. So let's click on that one and let's see if this changes any. No, it looks like it's the same stuff. Cool. I'm going to go back in again. I think that it might have changed that, and hit cut. Okay. I think that we're good. Let me just go in real quick. I'm going to zoom in and just see, because it looks a little funny to me here, these characters. Is it cutting everything? Alright, cool. Yeah, we look good. It looks like it's cutting everything there. So I'm going to go ahead and hit send here. Send. And then it always gives me this default message, not sure why, but it says some of the cut lines in this design are overlapping the cut border, red rectangle, so only part of the shape will cut. Are you sure you want to continue? I don't know if that happens to you guys every time. It happens to me. I just go ahead and say yes, and you guys are going to hear the silhouette start cutting my two spikes here. Alright, so let's hit yes. Alright, and as that does its thing, let me read the chat. Alright, sure. Sorry if it's loud, yo. It takes a little bit to cut this out. It'll be quick. What else we got here? Okay. Man, it's you guys have been talking so much I can't even go all the way up, guys. Alright, well I'm hoping that everything's good. I got him. Can you do me a favor? I just saw it kicks out the trunk. Can you send me a quick DM at Feel Good Threads, and we'll get taken care of. We'll take care of you on the laces, bro. And congrats again, man. That's awesome that you won. Dive out to the. Oh no, you guys are frozen. No. I don't know how long that's been frozen for. It was a network. Okay, so you guys, I think you guys are back now. Webb's got some kicks. What's good, man? Patreon family, what's good? He said, help! Yeah, that's something Speed Infusion can't even help you with, homie. Hey, that's good, man. First win, even with the sneakers app. I don't think nobody wins with the sneakers app, bro, so nobody's surprised with that. Let's see, we got 572 Damon. I am back, bro. Hopefully you guys are all back. Stream is back. Sweet. I'm glad to hear that. Sorry, guys. Is everybody back? Hopefully you guys can hear me. I'm just going through the chat real quick. Dang, dude, I don't know how far I got until you guys got frozen, man, to be honest with you guys. So hopefully you guys didn't miss too much. Let's see. Where we at now? Superman Lover, what's good, man? How you living? Just running through the chat real quick, guys, before we start the next part. Dalab said, let's go, pizza life. Lalo, what's good, man? Superman Lover, what's good, brother? The Dalab, I did a Jordan 1 wing for the first time. I dropped it in Discord. Dope, man. If you guys haven't joined Discord, man, y'all got to join the Discord. We're going to have some giveaways for that coming very soon as well. All right, dope. So we got Streamlabs going on with a new giveaway. This giveaway is for the pair of Cause laces. Looks like y'all chose Cause next just because you guys said that. We're jumping on this pair. You guys can just hit that pound raffle and you guys will automatically be included. You have to be on Twitch. And from what I understand, if you're on YouTube, it works on YouTube as well. All right. So let me jump into the rest of the tutorial. I think I'm caught up here, guys. Oh, good, bro. Living the life and working on these customs. So I kind of have to get up at 4 to go to school, and it's already 10 here. Is there a way I can enter all of them? Man, Carlos, I wish I could do that, bro. It's just there's a timer for it. My apologies, man. But don't worry, your Patreon family. So for the Patreon guys, I'm going to have another giveaway really soon, and that's going to be before we give away the airbrush. I am going to be giving away some extra stuff because we haven't gotten to that 50 followers yet, and I know we're going to give an airbrush away. In case you guys want to join Patreon, we are doing some special stuff on there. That's on patreon.com/feelgoodthreads, and we do have a giveaway section there as well. That's going to be bigger giveaways, like for example custom shoes. All right. So who else we got in the building here? Anybody else, or am I good to go? Oh yeah, Superman, I'm doing great, man. Cool. So yeah, this giveaway does work on Twitch and it does work on YouTube. So it looks like we got two different spots that we can be at. I've got the spikes here ready to go. Honestly, I could have cut out a couple more, which I should have probably done. Let me cut out 2 more real quick. And the reason why is that I could just kind of test one of them out and show Fred, who these are his shoes, to make sure that they look good. All right. So what I'll do here is I'm going to just cut and copy the 2 of them. Control C, Control V, and hopefully we should. Oh yeah, I got to go to design first. Sorry, I forgot that. So got to go back to design whenever I want to edit stuff. I'm Control C'ing and Control V'ing that out. Just basically cutting and copying. And I'm going to delete the first 2 on the top. The reason why is I already had the vinyl fed in there, and I don't want a cut on top of an already cut object there. So let me just go ahead and cut that real quick. Same thing, yes. Send, yes, cool. Alright, it's cutting that out. While it's doing that, let's start getting stuff ready. I've got to get something to pick off the stencils with. Exacto's good. What else we got? I've got to grab some black paint. Flat black is good. We've got to grab transfer paper. I'll be right back. Let me grab some transfer. Going to grab a little piece off of this. We don't need a lot. Something like this big will work. Alright, so just a little piece of transfer paper. That's how we're going to move it from one section to the other. And now we went from 2 to 4 spikes. Not ever a bad idea to just cut out a couple extra, you know. That way, if you mess up on, you know, weeding out the first spikes, then we can we've got some duplicates here. All right. So let's figure out what we need to weed out, what we need to keep in here, and so then that way we can start on the actual custom. All right. So let's see. I got base shoe here, And then we've got the exact same shoe here. Alright, so let's see. So obviously we got a white base, right? So we're gonna have to keep anything white. And so what we'll do is, let's cut out one of these spikes real quick. There we go. And I'm just gonna kind of test fit it, you know, see how it looks. Does it look like it's about the same height and width? Anything look funny about it? If it does, do we need to cut new ones? You know, sometimes I don't get it on the first try. Actually, several times I don't get it on the first try, and that's okay. You know, it's just you getting accustomed and feeling comfortable with the machine. You know, but we're looking, I think, pretty close. You know, I think that's as close as we can get it. So I'm just going to go ahead and run with it. And what I'll do is, I know that I need to keep that Brooklyn in there. Alright? So the first step, what I'm going to try to do is peel off the top of the hat. And let's try to avoid taking the actual Brooklyn out. Easier said than done because it's super small. So when I do it, sometimes it'll work out and sometimes it won't. So I'm just taking it from the top here to see, like, is Brooklyn gonna stay? Is it not? And if it doesn't, don't worry, we'll find a way to put it back. But usually what I like to do is, as I'm pulling off the stencil, I'm simultaneously trying to put the Brooklyn back down in the spot it should be at. So for example, this K is really, look how small the K is, super small, and it's already come off. So I'm just going to go ahead and take it off. If it's already come off, just take it off. And then I can place it back into place afterwards. So here I'm just taking a look at the reference picture, making sure anything that I'm going to paint black right now is going to be peeled off. That's my goal, to think. Anything black is going to be peeled off. And I got this Brooklyn K here, so let's go ahead and put that back at the same time. Almost like you're doing surgery here, yo. Alright, got that K off. Let's go ahead and put that K down real quick, somewhere close to where it should be at. Alright. I know it's not perfect, so I'm going to adjust it right now. And the cool thing about the Cameo, when you're cutting stuff, it kind of leaves like a shadow of the cut. So you can see where things were placed. Gotta have good lighting though. You gotta really make sure that the lighting around you can see all the shadows. So that's a good place where Brooklyn was. Oh man, I hope I didn't mess this up. Let's see. So I could already see that some of the pieces here kind of fell off. Like the B, here's the B. I think I could recover that one. Yeah, I can. Dope. Alright. And again, I can see little pieces that kind of fell off. So I got to make sure that I got to put them back in before, okay? So there's a little piece. It's on here. And if it's so small, sometimes I'll just leave it off. But if I feel like I can recover that piece, I will. Just because it'll save me time in the long run. Alright, so here's a little piece here. Looks like it's of his glasses, maybe. Oh, they're giving me a hard time today. See how small that piece is there? I mean, I don't even know if it's going to stick when we put it back down. You just got to see how it is. Alright, and on this piece, I lost the other one. So it's kind of a nice thing that I made duplicates here. So I'll go in and I'll take the pieces off a duplicate here and we'll place it back down. There's another one right here. Place it back down. Cool. And then we got to get his nostrils out. There's one and there's two. And I also have another piece that I missed here. So kind of tricky to remember like which parts to take off and which parts not to in the beginning, but you start to get accustomed to it as you keep rolling with it, you know? Alright, so I think we're good. Next thing I'm going to do is just double check and see. Okay, so I've got an eyeball in there. We're good. We're good. And we're good. Cool. So I think this one is good. Let me show you guys what that finished product is going to look like. Hopefully you guys can see that okay. Awesome. So let me go ahead and jump into the other one. This shouldn't be any real big difference. So let me go ahead and knock this out as quickly as I can. And again, I have a second one there if I need to use it just as a backup. Sometimes when you're working with these small pieces, they can be a little frustrating. So just stick with it. I mean, it becomes second nature after some time. And again, if it gets too small, you know, you always have the option of painting it in afterwards. I just like to keep as many pieces on as possible though. Ah, I missed that little piece. That's okay. I'll get it from the other one. I think a lot of people don't bother with these little small things like the Brooklyn here, but for me, if I can perfect that placement, it saves me a lot of time later on. So I like to knock out all these little pieces as closely as possible. Speaking of Brooklyn, I was just watching that Biggie documentary yesterday. It was really, really good so far. Probably got like an hour into it. And then I have to get back to work, but any of you guys seen it? Let me know. There we go. Got it. 2 duplicates there. They look pretty good. Might need to do some minor fixes with the K, but I think overall the Brooklyn's gonna look pretty. If we lay it out right, it'll look good. Cool. How we looking, guys? Everything good now? Oh, dope. Okay. So looks like the other giveaway is done. Let's see. How is the giveaway? Let's see. Did we get a winner for the cause laces? Let me know if we have, man. But yeah, so let's these are just extras. I'm gonna put them on the side. So now we've got the actual shoes ready to go. So let's go ahead and lay it out. Just grabbing a little transfer tape here. We could use the same transfer tape twice on this one. It's such a small little piece, it won't matter. And where's my little squeegee at? That little bad boy always wants to run away, but I found you today. Let's get it. Cool. I'm just pressing this down. I like to press it all the way down because that way all the little pieces will hopefully attach to the transfer tape there too. See, there's a lot of little pieces today, right? So you want them to be in an exact spot. Alright, so now I've got the actual shoe here, and so I'm going to try to get as close as possible to this look. I like to, for example, like look at things like stitching, because I can see that the Brooklyn kind of the hat dips right there, and so my goal is to kind of follow suit with that there, not to hit exactly where that stitch line is, but right underneath it. So I'm going to do the same thing. So what I'll do is I'll get to the stitch line, and then I see that, for example, like if the stitch line is here, you can see we're gonna have to back up from it, and just a little bit. Alright, so same thing. I'm gonna get to the stitch line, then I'm gonna back up a little bit. So it should go about, you know, you want to come as close to the original as possible, right? So I'm feeling like it's going to be about right there. What's important about that is now I know that, you see that tip right there? It hit exactly where the tab meets. So I'm going to do the exact same thing with the other shoe, alright? If I can, because remember it's the opposite shoe. But I think this is a good little spot. I could see that the midsole here is where it's kind of meeting it. So let's go ahead and peel this up real quick and pray that everything stays in place. How you do that usually is trying to hold the vinyl down a little bit so it doesn't stick. When you get to the little spots like the Brooklyn and the eyelashes and eyeballs and all that, you got to make sure everything's pressed down well. So I feel like that was pretty good. I feel like that's really good. Alright, so that looks, hopefully, I think we're good, man. I think we're good. So you guys like how I'm trying to convince myself? Alright, so that's done. Now let's knock out the other side. So I've got the same thing. I got the stencil here. And as I get that done, I'm going to again press this guy down. And I think we got a winner. I just saw you guys saying congrats to somebody. Who we got? Let me see. Hey, the Dye Lab. What's good, man? Congratulations, bro. I love that you guys are winning, man. So we got two more left. We got Union Gold, and we've got a Union Gold, and we've got the Cactus Jack in pink. So let me know what you guys want to do next. And again, congrats to both winners. I got them, and the Dye Lab, man. Really happy to see you guys win. The Dye Lab, you're part of the Patreon family too, man. So I'm really happy the Patreon family is on and winning some stuff, man. So yeah, got this one done. Let's get the other shoe. Where's the other shoe at? Here it is. All right. So before I start peeling and putting that guy on, uh-oh, missed the O there. Missed the O there. Got it. Come off nice. Nice. Cool. So now I'm going to do the same thing, guys. I'm going to look for the other shoe that we have. We got the reference shoe. Here we go. Let's move this guy's over. I'm really lucky that I ended up getting this pair of shoes right when this was happening. Isn't that crazy? Alright, so I'm going to do the same thing. I want you guys to see it, so let me see if I can move this over a little bit. There we go. How's that? And again, I remembered that this point hits right there. So I'm thinking that through and thinking it might be the same thing on this end. We'll see. See, if I put that point there, I really feel like it's going to hit exactly where it should hit. Before I place it down, I'm double, triple checking, guys. Really, the placement matters, you know? Especially when it's for another customer, man. I want to make sure that they're happy. So I think that's good. Right there. Let's go. Where's Brooklyn at? Brooklyn's right here. Sick. So far I feel real comfortable, man. I feel like these are in good spots. They look like they're symmetrical. That's important, right? Like when you put them together, both of the stencils, because they're the exact same cutout, they should kind of land in the same spot. Alright, so I think Speed Infusion is starting another giveaway. As he's doing that, I'm going to start laying some paint out real quick. Let's get these big old boats out the way. And let's start masking off, which I think is really, really important with white shoes, guys. I hate getting any kind of black paint on white just because it's a pain to clean all that stuff off. So let's get into a little bit of taping. I like to tape off as much as I can in the section there, especially like the sock liner. You know, you really want to make sure that the sock liner and shoelaces, things of that nature that have that cloth feel, avoid black altogether, yo. Really a pain to get past it if you don't afterwards. So the first thing I'll do is I'll mask off everything around Spike, but then also lock them in as close as possible. Alright, so y'all see how close I am to Spike without being at Spike. So let's jump into locking him in real quick. I think that looks pretty locked in. See? But I'm leaving a lot of stuff behind for overspray. So if you guys want to use a paintbrush, I think they both have their positives and they both have their caveats as well. Hand painting versus airbrushing. Even after Spike is laid down, I'm still going to have to go in and detail him out. I think that Spike here is, I think the stencil came out pretty good, but there's always an opportunity to get it to look a little closer. So, there we go. I'm going to keep all of that. Dialab, you just found out you won, huh? Congrats, dude. That's funny. Patreon family, man, thank you guys for supporting as always. All the folks on the Patreon channel. Speaking of, we got another video coming up. This one's dope. I really think you guys will enjoy it. And it is should be up, I think, tomorrow. Alex is coming tomorrow, so we're going to be finishing that one up and then starting another video up as well. And that video is how to... Should I tell you guys? Yeah, you guys are Patreon family. I'll tell you guys. I won't tease you. It's going to be how to get your soles of vintage yellow on Jordan 1s and other shoes. So I think you guys will enjoy that. Now I'm thinking, should I put this together and just try to shoot them together, or I'm going to separate them. I think it's better to separate it because I got more flexibility that way. So let's just go ahead and move one a little to the side. There we go. See, now you guys can see how much I do to just lock in and really protect. Tongue tags too, like they can get hit. I hate when a tongue tag or something gets hit and it has that, you know, that murky kind of a dirt look to it. You already know, like, you can't fix it again. So I think this is, oops, sorry guys, don't mean to be clicking around there. Still see a little bit over here. See, I don't like to see any of this. Anything that looks like it can get hit. Even little pockets like this, you want to just, you know, if you have bad tape even, it's better to have some tape to lock it than nothing. Alright, I have another one right here. I can see it. Lock it all in. There we go. Cool. Alright, that seems like a... Clean that earlier. Ah, poke myself. That was smart. And let's just grab a little bit of black. Alright, so I think that Speed Infusion has another giveaway going on now, right? Do we decide what we're doing? Because we're getting to the end of this tutorial once this is all wrapped up. There we go. Alright, let's just give it a... Before I jump into that, I always like to first feel, you know? Let's see. Yeah. You can feel it, you know, it's a good smooth feel when it comes out of the airbrush. So I'll go ahead now. I haven't covered all this section up in the back, so I'm going to be really, really careful. You guys can see how light I am with the coat here. Our intention isn't to get the whole thing black on that first layer. We're just whisking a little bit of paint to get it prepared. Cool, so I got a little bit there. Let's show the other shoe some love. Before I do, again, lock it in. Lock in. That could save you guys so much time just pressing down a little bit. That one I spent a little bit more time on it, so let's go ahead and even that out. Y'all can see I'm shooting directly at it, okay? Not at any angles. You can see how much I could have done a lot better of a job to prep that up, but I'm pretty comfortable with how far this airbrush goes. Alright y'all, that's almost, believe it or not, it's almost done already. Isn't that crazy? That LA Kid, what's good? I think you need to hit hashtag raffle, I think, to enter, right? So in case that's what you're trying to do, that LA Kid, hashtag raffle, homie. So we got some folks in this last raffle here. I got them back in it. Lalo Tech's in it. Let's go. Webb's Custom Kicks. Patreon family's in it. Superman Lover, let's go. Why not try for double entry? Webbs, you're funny, bro. Yeah, I'm glad you guys are enjoying it, man. I hope you guys like the laces. I just chose, you know, just a couple of random ones that I really like. So next time we'll switch it up. We'll do some other stuff besides just laces too, you know. Pair of Jordan 14s. Okay. So Superman Lovers are working on a pair of Jordan 14s. Am I supposed to use too soft because I'm using it and I know I don't put down like 8 coats of paint and it's like I haven't even painted nothing? Am I doing this right? Superman Lover, first off, what's the material I know you said it's cloth. You know what? Let me see. I think I have some 14s here. Do I? 1 second, yo. Are these 14s? Are these 14s, yo? I don't know if these are 14s or not. Look at how huge these are, too. Crazy. I don't know. I think these are 14s or 15s or 16s, one of them shits. Well, I know the Ferraris are 14s, so maybe they're not. But yeah, give us some more insight, bro. Let us know. It's the back of the heel part. Oh, okay. I don't think that that's a 14 that I just showed you guys, though. You know, I'd have to take a better look at it, Superman lover. Anybody, Webbs? I know Webbs is really experienced with a lot of different customizing. You have any experience on the 14, bro? I've never actually done a 14, so I can't speak on it, you know? Otherwise, I would give you a recommendation. But you did say you're using Too Soft. What color are you doing it, bro? Maybe that's what it is. If you're doing, like, for example, like if it's a black and then you're trying to paint it like a yellow or an orange, and you keep shooting it, that thing ain't turning orange or yellow. So that could be an issue as well. Which color are you going from and to? So let us know, man. Yeah. Let me jump back into another quick layer here. Again, I'm going to just press this guy down. I could already feel that this is dry, which is great. Alright, that looks good. Same with this guy here. Again, I'm just putting my hand on the back of it. Just because if there's any overspray, I'd rather it hit my hand than hit the actual shoe. Alright. There we go. Red to green. Oh man, that's one of your reasons, bro. Yeah, red is, dude, Superman, red is one of the hardest cloth things to turn from red to any other color. Man, I would even say you might have to go try to turn it pink first, and then from pink maybe turn it green. You might have to transition, in other words. So like if it's red, for some reason red is a really tough color to kill. And if you guys are going from red to any color, even if you're going from red to black, it can take several coats, man. And then the thing about Too Soft, when you're also trying to do it with something that's like a cloth or a fabric, the problem with Too Soft is it almost like dulls down or waters down your paint. So it takes an even longer time for that to jump in. You know what I mean? So real quick, guys, we've got a little over 10 minutes to join this next raffle. If you haven't joined the raffle, it's real simple. All you guys got to do is just hit hashtag raffle and you're entered. That's it, dude. You guys do need to be subscribed to either our YouTube channel or to the Twitch channel to qualify. Facebook, guys, I'm sorry, it doesn't work for some reason. The giveaway doesn't work that we're using for Facebook, folks. Okay, so just giving you guys a heads up. I think I got maybe one more coat on this guy here, and then after that I can just hit it with some sealer just to hopefully get it to be complete. But I feel like I might have to clean up the Brooklyn a little bit, you know, just to make sure that we got it to look like real legit. So let me go ahead and this is my third and probably final layer. I mean, it doesn't get much darker than this, so otherwise I'm just spinning my wheels. Right, and that looks like it's good to go. So let me go ahead and just dump I always suck at doing that. Let me dump that, and then I'm going to drop a little bit of cleaner in there too. So we can just clean that out, get that ready to go. Grab a Q-tip just to clean that out a little bit. I could see I can give this a little bit of a hand. Let's give it a little hand to clean that. Alright. Maybe one more Q-tip will get most of it out of here. Cool. So now I know that there's still black in there. Let me just drop some acetone in there, try to flush it out. Cool. Flushing that out. But I still know that if I'm going to hit this with the scratch resistant sealer, I should probably clean it. Otherwise, we're going to get a bunch of black paint pop out at the same time. That's going to suck. I don't know if that's ever happened to you guys before. But yeah, that's happened to me. So you guys can see there's a lot of black paint already left still in here. So let me just dump this real quick. Where'd my cup go? I had a whole clean cup here. And of course it just disappears on me. Oh, here we go. Dope. I always like to just kind of drop the nozzle in there and let it soak. Maybe a little bit more. It's just an empty Krylon top here. Works really well to clean too. And then like I said, there's a lot of, so you can see all that junk. So we got to clean this out. Clean that out. And let me get my trash Q-tips. These are ones that I just had laying around for whatever reason. Used them. Usually used them for touching up and stuff. And I'll just clean that out. There we go. It's pretty much cleaned out. Really want to make sure this is clean though. Like, it should be spick and span clean when we're going to hit this with the scratch resistant sealer. So it's just like a combination of just grabbing Q-tips and some cleaner, and you know, this is the part about airbrushing that kind of sucks. It's when you got to clean the actual cups out. There we go. So that feels pretty clean. I'm going to just go in one more time and really assure that this guy gets cleaned on the cup on the inside here. We don't want any dark paint hitting this white, right? There. Now a smart thing I always do is take the back end of the needle, not the sharp end, the back end, and I'll just push it through, because sometimes paint will be stuck in the back end as well. There we go. Alright, cool. So this should be good to go. As this is all dry now, so let's go ahead and peel this off. Always be careful when you peel this stuff off, because you guys know you just painted it, right? So just as easy as you just painted it, you can reverse that process by peeling too quickly. Alright, so we got that one off. Now I'm going to do the same thing with here. Always when you peel it off, I try to reverse the steps, so all these big napkin pieces that I use is usually some of the last steps. You're going to peel all of them off, unlayer until you get to that center here. And here we are. Just go ahead and just, again, very carefully peeling. You guys notice that, you know, a lot of people like wait for days for it to dry. I mean, I like to get all of the tape and adhesive and all this stuff off as soon as I can. And the most important part is to get the stencil off, because if you need to clean it up, if you need to see if there's any stains underneath it, all that kind of stuff, you know, like you want to work on it before it starts to really get dry. Because here it's not really that big of a deal at this point. But, you know, for you guys, I want to show you guys the final result. So just got to be real careful not to peel any black paint off here. You can see that I'll peel it up, but I'll press my finger onto it so I'm kind of holding onto it from both sides, and then I'll peel it up. Each piece I try to take very carefully off, because if I hit the black paint, I've got to touch up the black paint, and you know, quite honestly, I'm not trying to touch up the black paint. I'm just trying to get it up, and you know, because it's like the grand finale, this is almost perfect. I almost feel like I don't have to touch it up at all. I'm so light with this razor blade. When I try to peel the vinyl off, I'm not trying to dig in too hard, you know? Just trying to get a little piece from underneath and then pick it up. Sick. So that's the first one. Let me show you guys how that looks, and you guys let me know how it looks to you guys. Alright, so let's show you guys, where's Akbar's big old boat foot? This is the 15. Here we go. So this is where we're at with the actual shoe, and this is where we're at with my stencil. So I'm not really too far apart. I think I'm pretty close. Let me know what you guys think. Am I pretty close with that? With the actual spike? I think it looked, you know, like I said, this back piece here is a little bit higher than the OG one here. So we've got a slight discrepancy with where it probably would have been placed. But I think we're pretty good, man. I think we're, at least that one looks pretty good to me. So let me go ahead and take off the second one here, and pray that we're somewhere close with that one too. So let's put this one down. Just got a text from Speed Infusion. Let's see what this man says. You know what? Let's do this because we're running a little bit. We're running a little late, guys. I know we got 2 pairs of laces here, which is the Travis and the Union ones. I'm going to give them both away right now, guys. Alright? It's just because we've been on the stream for quite some time. It's an hour and 36 minutes in. So I hope that whoever wins enjoys the laces, man. If you guys don't win, don't trip. We've got more stuff on the way, okay? I do have a question here real quick, so let me answer it. It's from the homie Brando. He said, I dabbled in airbrushing before, but always had issues with the paint not blowing out. May I ask what type of air compressor you are using? The air compressor that I'm using today is the Iwata, I believe it's called Studio Jet. And if you go to my YouTube, I believe I have an actual like whole tutorial on how to clean this airbrush out like I did today. It's a pretty good tutorial. I think the more advanced tutorial is even better, but that one is for Patreon members. So if you guys want to join Patreon, That tutorial I think is about 20 to 25 minutes, and it goes down to everything, you know, like breaking down the back, the front, you know, to really get you right. But the compressor has to be around 40 to 45 psi. I don't know if you had it that high or not. It could have been your paint was too thick. Some people, they use too thin. Where is that too thin at? I know I had it around here somewhere. Come on, boy, where you at? I don't know where the too thin's at, but yeah, some people water it down a little bit. The main thing you need to know, dude, is Brando, you should have it to be like the consistency of like milk, where it's definitely flowing, has a little bit of thickness to it. Because if it's too thick, it just won't pump out of the actual airbrush gun. All right. So hopefully that helped you out, man. Lalo Vitek, hey, what's good, man? Congratulations, bro. I'm really happy to see another Patreon member win, dude. So that's not bad, man. 2 out of the 3 winners today were Patreon members. Congratulations. I got him. Are you a Patreon member as well? I'm not sure if you are. If you are, my apologies. I know for sure Lalo is a Patreon member, and I know for sure the Dye Lab is also a Patreon member. So Lalo, I know I've DM'd you before, bro, but just send me a message whenever you get a chance so I can get your address. Is this your first win, Lalo? I feel like you've won something before as well. But yeah, man, congratulations either way. Dye Lab, congratulations as well. We're going to have more giveaways, guys, so don't trip. Patreon people, I'm going to have some giveaways for you coming up very soon as well. So, you know, again, thank you guys for supporting. Mad love. I appreciate you guys, man. You know that. And so, Lalo, these 2 are yours, bro. Let me know if you like the color on these. I got this one in black and white, white and black. I got them in red. I've got them in brown. All different kinds of colors, okay? And who else? The cause ones I don't. I only have that one color. And then the shoelaces, I got them. If you want to switch them up for a different color, just let me know, bro. I've got all kinds of different off-white style laces as well, man. Just in case you have something, project in mind or whatever. So again, just showing you guys, I'm picking underneath. I'm putting my finger on top. So I'm kind of like, how would you say it? Almost like getting it in the middle. I'm like sandwiching the vinyl, and I'm picking it up very carefully. When I do it that way, I feel like it's the easiest way to pick them up without like ruining the paint job, and really getting them off to be a nice crispy, like nice line after it's all done. See the same thing. I feel like this one's going to come out pretty good as long as I don't mess up right at the end. I just gotta get this Brooklyn out. Pretty surprised to see that, you know, I didn't do a lot of work on making that stencil. I guess I was kind of lucky that I had this pair here so I could take a good picture. If you don't have the pair, you can always look up an image on Google and see if you can get something close. There's a couple of images of this on Google. It's just none of them were clear. They're all on the shoe, so you know they had kind of a curve. They weren't flattened. So you know that's again just an advantage of me having this other size 15 with me. So let's show you guys the final results there, you guys. Alright, so I think I got everything taken care of. I got a little bit of black paint on me there. But dude, that came out pretty good, man. For me doing it live and not really having to touch anything up. Placement looks pretty good, you know, like they're very evened out. I think that, I hope Fred will be happy. I got to do a little bit of touching up of the inside Brooklyn, like the O's and the B and the R, the little dots in there. But, you know, in general, I think that if you follow that technique that I just showed you guys, light coats, just being very careful with the actual you know, peeling of the stencil, you guys will be good, man. You'll be solid. So let me see if you guys have any questions, man. I know this one took a little longer than we usually do, but you know, we had some stuff to give away. And yeah, Speed Infusion, thank you so much, man, for, you know, helping me out with this raffle. I do need to finish up with adding just some scratch resistant sealer, so let me jump into that next. This is my kind of like last step, and when I add that scratch resistant sealer, I'm very careful with you know, just making sure I don't get it in the air bubble and stuff. So really, you can use it by brush. You could brush it on. You can airbrush it on, whatever way you want to do it. But if you airbrush it, again, you got to make sure everything is completely cleaned out, man. Don't be me and mess up and forget you had a little bit of pink paint or black paint or something in here, and it'll screw your whole process up here. You know, we're all done. They're nice new white kicks. You want to keep them nice and new, right? So, all right, cool. I could see the inside hole there. Let's go ahead and place this guy back in. Placed in the nozzle. And now let's look for, of course, my needle want to run away when I don't need it to. Oh, well, here's the nozzle cap. Cool. And now I just need to find that needle. Oh, here it is. Y'all see this? Look at how discreet that looks. That's why I lose it so much and then find it again. All right, it feels good. And let's test it out. This is how you can truly tell if you're gonna have black paint come out or not. Yeah, see, that looks clear. We're looking good. So let's go ahead and just add a little bit of scratch resistant sealer on here. Today I'm using LK Shoes leather and vinyl finisher and sealer, and this thing I use pretty religiously. I mean, pretty much for everything I use on my projects that require paint, just because it's, man, I don't know what they use in this stuff, but dang, even when I leave it in my airbrush, dude, it's tough. It's tough. All right, so let's go ahead and add it just a little bit. I'm not putting too much in there. Y'all see that? That's 5 drops. It doesn't require a lot because we got a very little spot there. So again, I'm gonna just shoot it, just make sure, cover the air bubble up. And again, I'm just aiming really just for the paint work here. There we go. Let that dry. I'll probably hit it with another small coat. And you know, if I got to detail things like the little O and the B and the R and all that stuff, I can still paint on top of this and then reseal it again. So, you know, just a heads up. You know, it topples really well. Yeah. So, anyways, guys, any questions? Let me know. Time right now is 8:50. Hopefully, I answered everybody's questions today. Thank you guys so much for joining the giveaway, man. That's awesome that you guys pick some cool stuff up. If you guys need laces, shopfeelgood.com. You guys can use shopfeelgood.com. We've got a bunch of different laces, man. Jordan 1s, off-white stuff, Yeezys, whatever you guys need, we got you guys taken care of. If you haven't joined us already on social media, it's pretty much Feel Good Threads all the way through. I know I told you guys that 1,000,001 times. If you guys need a discount code for this LK Kicks, by the way, it is just use Feel Good. I think it'll get you like 10 or 15% off. That should be my discount. So hope you guys appreciated and how to make a stencil from scratch and then get it put onto your shoes today. I think for us working really quickly and diligently, we knocked this out in less than an hour, really. You know, obviously it took some time to do the explanation of everything and making sure you guys are clear with everything. But I think that today was a pretty successful day, man. No overspray on anything, and you know, we got the placement right on the stencil. The stencil looks right. The size looks good. You know, very minimal cleanup on this. And so yeah, let me know if you guys have any questions, yo. I'll be here for another minute. I'm gonna just go ahead and lay out another layer here real quick. Again, just covering the air bubble. I'm using a mat, guys, just so it goes with the shoe. And I'm gonna just go ahead and clear that out. Clear it out. I hear it all cleared out. Let's give it a quick rinse as well, huh? Let's just let it kind of settle out. Got that Jacquard paintbrush all messed up there. Oh man. Oh man, oh man. Another day, huh? Another day. Alright guys, I don't see any questions. So I think we're good, man. Congratulations again to Oh I Got Him, Oh, the Dye Lab, Lalo, Patreon family. Thank you guys again for coming through. We're gonna have some more giveaways, guys, especially if you haven't joined the Discord yet. You guys might want to join soon. I think oh, good timing. Join the Feel Good fam on Discord. Show off your customs, get advice, and get inspired. I like that, man. Speed Infusion made that up. He actually sounded convincing. So shout out Speed Infusion, man. Thank you so much for helping with the giveaway today, homie. The Dye Lab, Lalo, and Oh I Got Him. If you can just hit me back up on, y'all can just hit me on Instagram, man. And I'll take care of you guys on the laces and everything. And if you guys have any questions, man, especially if you just joined late, or if you guys, you know, decide to rewatch this and get confused on something, let me know. Even in the comments after the episode is done, the live stream is done, I still answer you guys' comments, okay? So just giving you guys a heads up. Love you guys so much, man. I think that I think today's a wrap, man. I hope you guys found some value to the stream today. Again, if you guys could support, man, I really appreciate you guys supporting the stream. I wonder if I have a link to... I don't think I have a link to support. I know that usually we have a link here that'll help support, but I do appreciate everybody who's supported thus far. Shout out to homie Webb's Custom Kicks for being the top supporter so far. We have a couple of other folks in here supporting as well, and you know, mad love for you guys helping me out, and that's why I do what I do, man. I love to help you guys out as well. So, all right, guys.